To save time when using the Sage Report Designer, if you want to design your own report or layout, rather than designing that from scratch, we recommend that you find one that's close to what you want and then edit it. Now, to follow that procedure, you'll need to learn the basics of using the Sage Report Designer, and that's how to open the document so that you can edit it in the Report Designer and then save it. So we're going to look at that in the software with a customer report. So just to run through the demonstration, in Customers we click Reports, and then we're going to highlight the Customer Details folder on the left, and what we want to do is we want to eventually edit a report and base it on the customer list. So we're just going to highlight the default report, and then at the top we'll click Edit. That opens the report or the layout in the Sage Report Designer. Now, a couple of steps to go through just to rename it and save it, and that's first of all to go up to Report, into Report Properties, and it will then enable you to change the report name and also the description. So just to make sure it stands out, I'm going to call this New Customer List Report, and I could change the description as well. That's the name and the description that appears in the browser. We see that in a few moments once we've saved it and we've closed out. So I'll just accept those defaults. I'll click OK. That's it renamed. What we also now need to do is go to File. You'll see the Save option is grayed out, and that's because it's a default layout or report. So those default layouts and reports are fixed, so it doesn't let me just save changes. I've got to choose Save As. So we click Save As. Defaults to the relevant reports folder, customer in this case because it's a customer report, and also the My Customer Reports folder. Now, we would normally recommend that you save it in the relevant My Reports folder. However, if we did want to, I could change it to go back to Customer and then pop it into the Customer Details reports if I wanted to, just save it to that folder. However, we do recommend that you do accept the defaults. So we'll just go back to My Customer Reports, give it a file name. Now by default it will pick up the standard file name, so cstlist.report, and it puts the text copy of in front of that one. So just going to rename it. I'll just call it New Customer List Report. Save as type, leave that set to report files, click Save. That's it done. We can then just close out of the Report Designer, so File and Exit. And if we now go into the My Customer Reports folder, and there it is. So there's our report name that we amended by going to Report and Report Properties, and our description, and we've got our file name on the end there. So if we now need to make changes, we can just edit that one rather than the default one. But that's how easy it is to open and save your report.